gone through the deal, we've gone through what they want, the price, we've monetized everything, and we need to think about it, Kate. We send them an email, I set a date to call them back and a time. I call them back and I get nothing, no answer, no response, no nothing.
Yeah. So what do you say then when you leave the voicemail?
So I usually say, hey, it's Riley calling, calling to see if it makes sense to go ahead with the quote that I sent here earlier in the week. Give me a call back, I'm on mobile.
Yeah, that's not bad. Calling to see if it makes sense to blank. And then if you can, Riley, insert their current situation and the outcome, right? Like what are you providing them with?
Lawn sweepers, usually.
Okay, and what would be the benefit for them? And I'm assuming this is is this a retail operation?
Yeah.
Okay, and where are they at in terms of top line revenue right now? Hopefully you're asking them that question, but just make up a number. What's that store doing in terms of top line revenue?
Okay, yeah, so like putting in that NSO into the voicemail you're saying.
Yeah, like and this is where in the beginning, this is where everything comes together and it's not just the follow-up, it's the whole ESP, that whole Easton University sales process. I'm going to get your attention. I'm going to deliver an insight, right? A lot of times the materials themselves, there's razor thin margins on those. It's difficult for stores to keep the lights on, keep the doors open when we're just selling synthetic turf. How are you guys making sure that you're also grabbing those higher margins around that sale with all of the ancillary products that go with it? That's pretty good insight right there. I just pulled it out of my butt, but it's not too bad, right? And then, oh man, yeah, we don't, we would like to make more money. When you say you would like to make more money, just out of curiosity, ballpark, what'd you guys do in top line sales last year? What's the next big milestone you want to hit? Right, well, we did, out of this store, we did $3.4 million last year. We'd love to get to 5. Why 5? Well, because then we'd be able to open a second location and yours truly could get out of this store because I'm driving an hour and a half to work right now, right? This is all stuff that you should take notes on because then when they say I need to think about it, hey, it makes perfect sense. I'll shoot you over a proposal around the current situation in terms of you guys maximizing the revenue at that location, capabilities needed in terms of you getting the right products in there so that you can make sure that you're bolting as much onto every sale and that your competition's not getting all of the profit on the sales that you're dealing. And then I'll suggest some next steps in terms of us partnering together. Fair enough? Yeah, that works great. What's a good next step for me? Notice I'm jumping right to for me because you said I need to think about it. I'm not saying what's a good next step because you're going to then repeat yourself. Like I said, I need to think about it. But if you say I need to think about it, I'm just in saying, what's a good next step for me, right? Because we know that you need to think about it. I'm not disputing that. I'm asking you what's a good next step for me. And you're going to say, call me next week. Perfect. I'll give you a buzz. I'll shoot you over that email. I'll send you a text once I send it, just so you know it's not waiting in a box. And then I'll call you next Wednesday. Next Wednesday calls, hey, Riley, Matt Easton over here at Easton Sweepers, calling to see if it makes sense to move forward with the proposal I sent to start adding the sweepers there to your product line so you guys can move from that 3.5 million in top line sales and get well on your way to 5 million and get you out of that hour and a half drive. I'm on my mobile, 720-660-3202. You're not in the sweeper business. You're in the freaking outcome business. Your sweepers are just a way to get to this outcome, right? So we got to figure out what's their current situation. Where do they want to be, right? And then when you solidify that into your, I'm going to use the word because there's no other word, but you're not saying it, into your follow-up, which you're not saying, then it's really hard for Riley in this case to walk away from me, right? Because then Riley goes, right? And the worst you're going to get is, I get it. I totally understand. This is the right direction we want to go. I talked to our regional. They're just not allowing us to take on any products, for the foreseeable future. Totally get it. What's a good next step? Well, I don't know. They said they weren't ready to take on any new products. When are they going to review that situation, right? Now you're at least, what you got to work with, right? So when you can attach the outcome to the follow-up, you're golden.
Perfect, thanks.
Yeah, my pleasure. If you like this video, I got you. I'm going to hook you up. Click the link in my bio. I'm going to give you the closing mini masterclass. It's normally $300. I'm going to pay for everything. You're going to close a lot more business. You're going to make a lot more money. You're going to have a lot more fun. And you're going to be like, Matt Easton changed my life. And I'm going to be like, yes, I did. Did we just become best friends? And you're going to say, yes, we did. And then you and I are going to be best friends and it'll be great. So click the link in my bio so we can be friends and you can close more business and I'll cover all the cost. See you there.